Welcome back to the Steve Champagne Radio Show. Welcome back, Van Halen fans, especially Alex Van Halen fans, as he releases a public statement about his upcoming book and what's inside of it. We're going to go through that real fast for those people watching the show. Hey, if you're a first-time viewer, I'm Steve Champagne. We're glad that you have decided to join us for this particular video. We encourage you to subscribe to not just this channel, but all the people that report on these interesting music stories. We got to keep music alive. You know what I mean? We would appreciate a like and a subscribe here. Really, join our internet musical global family of friends, what we like to call the I Love Music Army. We want you to be a part of it. I do read every single comment, so if you comment on this video, then you can hear from me. We're going to be doing live shows. A lot of things are happening here, but let's get to Alex Van Halen. I know you guys want to hear that. So here is the public statement that he made. It says, and I quote, "I was with him from day one. We shared the experience of coming to this country and figuring out how to fit in. We shared a record player, an 800 square foot house, a mom, dad, a work ethic. Later, we shared the back of a tour bus, alcoholism, the experience of becoming famous, of becoming fathers and uncles, and of spending more hours in the studio than I've spent doing anything else in this life. We shared a depth of understanding that most people can only hope to achieve in a lifetime. There has never been and will never be a more accurate account of them or the band, and I want to set the record straight." Now, that is an interesting, fascinating statement, and this is why we are going to go through this book chapter by chapter when it comes out in late October. That's another reason. That's a good reason for you to subscribe and, hear everybody's opinion, see what's going on the channel. This is a big story. I don't know about you, but if you're a Van Halen fan, I want you to hear this because I want to know if you did this, if you were like me, if you actually did this. When, Van Halen was very popular, cassettes, 8-tracks, those things were going on. I didn't have any Van Halen 8-tracks, but I had to have, no, not like I wanted, I had to have in my cassette case when I opened it up, every Van Halen cassette in order. And those big, the black with the big white print. Did anybody have that but me? I'm the only guy that had to have it. I had to have it. Listen to those Van Halen albums so much. I know them like the back of my hand. And I'm a big Alex Van Halen fan. I never thought he was, the greatest drummer of all time. I thought he was extremely good. And my bar is probably a lot different than other people's bar. And, I got to give him, he's definitely up there in the top 20 drummers in music history. And that's music history. Okay. A lot of people will put him higher. I got him in my top 20. I've never ranked, but if I was to talk about the greatest drummers of all time, he would be in my top 20 for sure. If someone asked me to make a list where he would be, I don't know. I've never done a list like that. But if I'm encouraged to do so, I would. I would. But what do you think about what Alex Van Halen said? Are you excited about the book? Did you subscribe to the channel? Where do you live? What's your Van Halen experience? I'm about to go to another one of these Best of All World Tour shows. It'll be my third one. I did a reaction on the very first show they did. I'm waiting to see my third show so that I can make another re-reaction. Hopefully you guys will watch that on this Sammy Hagar thing. But in the meantime, that's all we got to say from the Steve Champagne Radio Show. We love you. Thank you so much for your support and your encouragement and all the comments down there. Until next time, peace, love, all that good stuff. We got to pay some bills. We're going to do that right about now. We'll be right back in just a few moments with the Steve Champagne Radio Show.